masculine if you're feminine. And you need your own inner divine masculine to come back and support you. And when your inner divine masculine comes back and supports you, and your life starts getting into balance, your masculine and feminine energies start getting into balance, that is when you will be in a place to attract into your life your actual divine masculine. So, the thing that we need with the divine masculine, we want him to be able to, our own inner divine masculine, we want him to be able to help us meet our needs, whatever those needs are. And we want him to be certain that he can meet our needs, So this is, and what the feminine does is she holds the vision and she's the cheerleader and she keeps encouraging. If she criticizes the divine masculine instead of encouraging the divine masculine, oh boy, we're in big trouble, mister. We really are. Because the divine masculine does not function well with criticism. He functions much better with love, with nurturing, with encouragement, cheerleading, that kind of thing. So the job of the feminine is to keep the vision and to cheerlead and let the masculine do the job. Okay, the divine and the job of the masculine is to provide basically what the feminine needs, whatever her vision is, to provide that for her on the physical, and also to be certain that he can provide, So the job of the feminine is to trust the divine masculine to provide, and the job of the masculine is to help provide. Now, if the feminine doesn't trust, then she ends up in I'm irritated, I'm frustrated, my needs are not met. And that's what was happening to me at age 3. I couldn't even, things I remember is I couldn't even get half of the blanket on the bed that we shared to cover me at night. I couldn't even get half of the blanket. My narcissistic sister was probably pulling the other half, everything to herself. My needs were not met. I didn't have a doll, I didn't have a bike, I didn't have a lot of basics. Okay, I'm not sharing this to be in victim mode with you guys. I'm simply saying that my divine masculine left at that time, and I had this sense of powerlessness. So what we have to do is call back our power, call back our masculine, wherever that 3-year-old is. That 3-year-old came back today. After I did that mind-body split, exercise, activation, that 3-year-old is back. And you better believe I'm going to nurture that 3-year-old and help him to grow out. So I would suggest, if you are a divine feminine and looking for a twin flame union, make a list of all the times in your life that you have had some kind of trauma and you feel you have not fully recovered from that trauma. Chances are there's a part of you that is missing. There's a soul essence of your divine masculine side or divine feminine side, whichever one it is, that has gone off somewhere else. And that needs to be called back. Once you call out those parts back and you become more whole, you become more complete. Your masculine and feminine energies are working now in tandem, in balance together. You will be in a better place for harmonious union. Now, your twin flame also has free will. Your twin flame also has the free will to heal or not. He can similarly call back the parts of him that he lost. Maybe he lost divine feminine parts of himself, and he can do mind-body split and call back his divine feminine wherever she is residing, whether she's residing in the ethers or she's residing somewhere with somebody else on the planet. But the point I'm trying to make is you need to let yourself get whole again so that you independently, individually can function with both masculine and feminine aspects of yourself in harmony, in tandem, working together as a team. And so that you become the Empress, like in the tarot cards. And if he heals his divine feminine, parts, he becomes the emperor. And when you are the empress and he is the emperor, that is when the twin flame union will happen successfully. Now, he has free will. If he chooses not to up-level or upgrade or heal himself and bring himself to a place where he's now carrying the frequency of the emperor, you've upgraded to empress. He's not yet choosing to be emperor. He's still the page of whatever. It's your choice at that time, because you cannot go back to that old vibration. You cannot go back. See, twin flame union, even if it happens at the lower vibrations, when you both are at the lower vibrations, it's not going to work, because eventually you will keep triggering each other, because you haven't called back the parts of yourself that you require for you to be whole again. So the job is for each one of you independently to become whole again. And when you are, you will be in a place for union to happen. Now, there is a lady called Nicole Gale. Maybe you can Google her. She has a whole different understanding of what twin flames are. Some people say twin flames are two halves of the soul. But there's a guy called Mel and Nicole, twin flames, Gold Ray twin flames or something on online. You can look them up. They also say that twin flames are not two halves of the same soul. And Nicole Gale also says the same thing. She says it's just a vibration. It's a vibration of somebody who is resonating at the same frequency as you. Okay? So once you have healed from that vibration and you go to a higher vibration, you now have the choice to wait for that particular person who you understood to be your twin flame to come up to the same vibration where you are. Because when you're at that higher vibration of unconditional love, when you have called back your inner masculine side and now they are in harmony, or the divine masculine has called back his inner feminine side and his inner masculine and feminine are in harmony, and they have healed and nurtured their inner children, and they are parenting their own inner children to the point where they're taking care of their own needs in life, in this world, their spiritual, mental, emotional needs. They're taking care of all of them, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, excuse me. Then they're in a better place for union to happen. Now, if at that time one of them hasn't come up and the other one has, they have the option to connect up with somebody else who is at that vibration. And according to Nicole Gale, she calls that, well, the first one would be the twin flame, who triggers you and gets you to heal, to get to the point where you are whole again. And the twin soul will be somebody who matches that frequency of what you have now achieved, the whole again-ness, that frequency, So then you then have the option to go with somebody who is at that frequency and who can be a match to who you are in that moment. So because this is a planet of free will, everybody has free will. Divine feminine has free will, divine masculine has free will. So what happens in the end will depend on, what each one does in their lives, what they choose to do. And it's not about needing to force your divine masculine to heal. It's up to him whether he wants to heal or not. And it's not about even forcing yourself to heal. You just realize that I do want to heal. I do want my inner masculine parts that I lost when I was age this. Make a list of all your trauma dates, okay? And then call back those parts. Call back the parts that you lost. Whether you do EFT, whether you do tap-a-second-pressure technique, whether you do emotion codes, whether you do mind-body split, whatever you do. There's so many healing modalities out there, whichever one works for you, There's so many other healers too. So work with whoever works for you, or work on your own with the self-help healing modality that works for you, but call back. What you need to do is call back, as the divine feminine, call back the divine masculine parts of you that are wounded. Help call them back and bring those wounded parts back and heal them. Help them to heal. You don't have to help your divine masculine. You don't have to help your divine masculine to heal. You have to help your inner divine masculine to heal your own parts that you lost in your timeline of this lifetime, whatever you have lost. Or it could be from a past life that you need to heal it either. Wherever it's from, you need to heal so that your inner divine masculine and feminine are working in an infinite loop. They are working in tandem beautifully in infinity within you in this lifetime. And when you are in that place, buddy, you're going to be in a really good place for twin flame union. And then that twin flame union may happen with the twin flame who originally triggered you, okay? Or it could happen with another twin soul who's at that vibration that you are now at, where you have come up to. So, as I said, it's a planet of free will. So what will happen in the end, we don't know. But you need to let go. You need to let go of the need that it has to happen with your twin flame. You need to detach from that outcome because you don't have control over your twin flame. He has control over himself. Right? We all have free will. That's the way that humans are designed on this physical planet Earth. So you need to release the codependent need to have control over your twin flame.